What's up, Snarf Gang? It's your boy Snarf Brownie, and today we'll be reviewing the Silver Age Flash Omnibus Volume 1. I do believe this is the first printing. It's not uniform with the other Silver Age Omnis with the gray dust jacket, but I like this design better, even though it's not as uniform. I would like that it fits better on my shelf, but if all of them were designed like this, I'd prefer it. All right, this collects the Flash Showcase 4, 8, 13, and 14, The Flash 105 through 132, and Flash Comics 104. So, let's take the dust jacket off. See the front here. Classic Silver Age DC Omni. Very bland under the dust jacket. Here's got the spine in the back. Now, for those of you that don't know, the Barry Allen's Flash started the Silver Age of comics, and if you don't know what signifies the Silver Age, it is the heavy aim towards sci-fi. And let me tell you, the Flash Omnibus Volume 1 has some of the best sci-fi stories and comics you'll read for a while. And the way that the characters solve problems using their powers actually kind of reminds me of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, if you remember that. Because they play with these concepts of, like very high-tech technology, other dimensions, time travel, and the characters have to use their powers in unique ways in order to solve their problems and stuff like that. Flash also builds a pretty good rogues gallery. My favorite one of his villains is Gorilla Grodd. I love the Gorilla Grodd stories in this. We also get Captain Cold, Captain Boomerang, some other bums who I can't really remember that well, but they're still fun to watch get their ass beat. We got the elongated man Flash teams up with. So I'm not a huge fan of Kid Flash, to be honest. I feel like the whole making a kid counterpart of the character theme in older comics is lame. If you want to read stories about younger heroes, just read Silver Age Teen Titans or something like that. Silver Age Teen Titans Omni also has Hawk and Dove, which is a pretty good series too. But yeah, it starts us off with a Golden Age comic of Jay Garrick, the Golden Age Flash. So you can kind of get a little bit of context because the Flash gets his name from that because Jay Garrick Flash in the DC universe is a comic book character Barry Allen grew up reading, but he's not a real person. You do get to meet him, though, in an alternate dimension in this series. And the Flash is actually the first comic book character that introduced multiple dimensions in DC Comics, right? So you get some classic Silver Age art here. The artwork in this Omni is also great. I mean, look at the shading of Flash running up next to that building. It's great. You get a team up with Golden and Silver Age Flash. Kid Flash is Wally West, by the way, in this, but there you see Captain Boomerang talking with the Flash. That's an issue where he's trying to pull a fast one on him. Got Flash here. You also get to see a Green Lantern team up, which is pretty awesome. Y'all know I love Green Lantern if you're watchers of the channel. A lot of really good action shots. I think the best thing about the Flash Omnibus, there's a few things. The creativity of the sci-fi elements and the way Barry uses his powers are the most interesting things about this. Compared to other Silver Age runs that I've read, they seem more simplistic, and there's a lot more creativity in the writing in this one, I feel like. So, overall, if I had to give this a story rating, I would give it a story rating of 9.5 out of 10, honestly, because the only issue that was boring to me was the Golden Age one to start out with, and a couple of side stories about Kid Flash. But overall, even the Kid Flash stories are really good. And if you want an example of like a sci-fi concept in this, there is an issue that I read pretty recently of an alien race that has a TV show about stuff happening on Earth with like calamities and conflicts and stuff like that. But then one week that's totally peaceful. Flash goes to their planet because he hears that they're big fans of him over there. And the guy running the TV station's like, well, Flash is occupied here and there's nothing going on. Then I need to make something go on for ratings. Basically just corporate greed. And, the Flash has to use his powers to stop that. You know, I think that the Flash also like vibrating through objects and stuff is a pretty cool power. Overall, I give the art in this series a 9 out of 10 because the art is also great in this series. This is one of the best Silver Age runs I've read so far, easily. It might even eclipse Green Lantern as my favorite Silver Age run so far. So that's high praise for me. And it beats out, you see, as I'm reading through my Silver Age Omni collection, Marvel was beating out DC in terms of consistent quality, in my opinion. But DC might be edging it out with this one. I'm obviously going to continue to chip away through that Silver Age Omni collection, but let me know what y'all think. And also, sorry for taking so long to post again. I put comic reading on the back burner, but I'm getting into reading more consistently now, so I'm still going to be posting reviews. I never stopped. I'm not dead or anything. And let me know what y'all think of the new setup with the shelf in the background. Snarf Gang out.